Hi everyone. We have a simple geometric optic problem specifically regarding plane mirrors, and we're asked to describe this phenomenon here. So imagine you place a clock facing a mirror that's kind of like a book, okay? And this plane mirror these two plane mirrors are oriented in such a way that they have a 90-degree angle. Let's say that you put a clock right here in front of it, and what you're going to notice is that the clock is going to return a non-inverted image. So why really is this, okay? And we're going to draw some ray diagrams to really understand this, but notice the clock is not giving an inverted image. Usually when we look at a plane mirror, like when you get ready in the morning, you look at the mirror and you see an inverted image of yourself. And that's because just how things are. In a plane mirror, if you do the ray diagrams, you're going to notice that you get an inverted virtual image. However, when you have two of them, we're going to notice that things change a little bit. It's not quite inverted. And the way that we're going to visualize this is we're going to just draw a little ray diagram. So here we're going to have our mirror, and this is a 90-degree angle, okay? And let's draw just a sphere, okay? So that's going to represent kind of the clock, okay? Or even we could draw, let's do it one better. Let's draw it just a little bit more accurate to what the body looks like. Kind of this, now these corners would be curved, of course, but kind of looking at an aerial view. So to the best of my ability, I'm going to try and draw how the ray diagram looks just so we can describe why we're getting a virtual but non-inverted image. Okay, so what's happening here is, let's say we draw from this spot, okay? So here's a little spot. It's the very corner of the clock. And let's say there is a photon emitted from this source. It's going to hit the mirror. Where is it going to be reflected to? So let's draw that. Okay, so it comes in at about a 45-degree angle relative to how this is going. So it's going to reflect like this, right? Okay, so it hits about here, and now it's going to be reflected again. Okay, and it's in the light ray. Let's say, draw this a little better here. It's going to go and hit the other side of the clock. Okay, let's say it's that perfect. Okay, so that's kind of the motion. The ray goes like this, it goes like that, and then it hits here. So the overall trajectory of that light ray would be like this. Okay. But we know for a plane mirror that the image is going to be equal to the light ray that is reflected off of the mirror. So the ray that's coming out of the mirror, and that's going to be right about here. So we need to just draw a rough projection of where that should be. Okay, so the virtual image of this corner, okay, is going to be right here. So this spot, when we look in the mirror, is going to be right here. And if you notice, that's kind of how the clock is, right? This part of the clock would be right here for you, right? If that kind of makes sense. I know even this might be inverted. I'm not sure how the video will come out, but it's kind of like if you were looking at someone as you saw them. Okay, so if you just look at someone, you would see your left shoulder would kind of be on the right, if that makes sense. I know it's a little bit tricky. I hope that you're following what I'm trying to say here. But all I want to do now is show you where another ray would show up. So let's kind of just get rid of this trajectory, and now let's draw in for the blue. All right, so we have a little blue dot right here. Okay, a light ray gets emitted as a photon directly into the mirror. Okay, where is this going to show up? It's the same but opposite trajectory, so it hits where the green spot is. So now the virtual image will be right here. So if you notice now, if we kind of connect what the image is going to look like overall, we're going to notice that it's this image but flipped, okay? But it's not a virtual image, because if you look at this, you're going to see an upright kind of image, okay? So hopefully this wasn't too hard to follow. That's why when you put a clock here, you're going to see the right image, okay? The right image be given back to you. And it's just with the fact that in a normal plane mirror, right, like this, I have a green spot here, it goes like that, and it comes back, so the image would be here, okay? And then vice versa for this spot here. So things just flip, and you get this, in this case, would be an inverted image, but here you get a real image. So hopefully, or not a real image, a upright, non-inverted image. I know this can be a little confusing, but hopefully you follow this here. If you did, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you have any criticisms of my teaching style, please drop them below. I always seek to improve. So with that said, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.